March 15th regular meeting of the Anniston City Council. At this time, I will call on Councilor Roberts, who will lead us in the invocation, followed by the pledge of allegiance.
Gentlemen, please remove me here. Most holy and gracious Father, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for allowing us to come up to this point in history. Lord, I'd like to thank you for all of the blessings that you bestowed upon us in each and every one of our lives. Lord, we'd also like to ask for forgiveness for everything that we've done that you've not seen done for the sight. Lord, as we go through this city's business, we ask that you give us the foresight and the unity to work together. Lord, we ask that you do the work of common good. Lord, when we get ready to leave this place, we ask that you give us a clear mind and understanding to arrive at our very safe places and find our lives as well as they were when we left, if not better. These are the blessings we ask in your Son, Jesus' name. We all pray and say it together. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Scott. Will the clerk please call the roll on the establishment of a quorum? Yes.
here.
Present.
Here, a quorum is established. Is there a motion to waive the reading of and approve the minutes of the March 1st regular meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Beard?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, those minutes are approved. Mr. Folks, other than the removal of item C from the consent agenda and then the removal of our sole motion, because we learned that this bill or this room will be available on the 5th. Are there any other additions or deletions to the agenda?
No, sir, there's not.
With that, I will move that we adopt the agenda as amended. Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Beard?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, the agenda is adopted. Our first item tonight is a public hearing to receive public comments regarding consideration of a resolution approving an amendment to that certain development agreement between Blackwater Development Company LLC and the city in order to provide for, promote, and incentivize the development of approximately 37.34 acres of commercial property belonging to the city. I will represent those in attendance and those watching that this is the Aldi development and other businesses which are proprietary at this point. We're confident the businesses will be located on that site as well. What this would ultimately do would be simply increasing the length of time for that development agreement for an additional 2 years. And so with that, I will call for a public hearing on this proposed amended 772 agreement. Does anyone wish to be heard as to that issue? There appear to be none. I will close that public hearing. The second public hearing we have, now I know the crowds are here with us tonight, glad for y'all to be here. It is to receive public comments regarding consideration of a lounge retail liquor Class 1 alcohol license for the Lush Garden LLC. Congratulations, y'all. And it's located at 209 East 7th Street within the corporate limits. And Mr. Stroud, if y'all would, please come to the lectern. If y'all would, just for the record, please state your names and addresses.
I'm Katina Stroud.
And Courtney Stroud.
Well, we're proud to have y'all here tonight, and congratulations on your new business. I know we'll all be going over there soon, but I'd like to give y'all the opportunity to say a few words if you'd like. And I am opening the public hearing now for the Lush Garden. Please, the floor is yours.
Well, we are extremely excited about being able to move forward on this dream or vision of ours, and the city has been extremely helpful. We have attempted to comply by all of the regulations that have been placed before us, but we're just really excited, and hopefully we'll be having a soft opening where we invite city officials, but then a grand opening whenever our liquor license has been completed.
Awesome.
Okay.
Would any member of the council like to?
I would. Katina, I don't know if you remember, but I was sitting in drug court for months.
Yes.
Just to observe. I wasn't there to be involved. Anyway, I've seen your plan. plans, they are fabulous, and congratulations, we're so thrilled.
Thank you so much. I remember you, Millie. I'm still a part of drug court, left from drug court today to come here, and so we're not discontinuing our full-time jobs. I'm still gonna be a therapist and working with adolescents in our community, and Courtney's still
I will
gonna.
still continue to work with the kids with mountain biking.
So we're excited. We hope that this is just an extension. We love having people over our home. We have like a really garden-like backyard, and so this is an extension of our home because we can't have all the people come to our house, but we can have all the people come to the lounge. So we're just excited about it.
Congratulations.
I'm super proud of you two. You guys do a lot of work for so many people in the county. I'm not gonna say just the city, just in the county. You guys have servants' hearts. You guys are great leaders. And I'm even more excited that it's in Ward 3 near my house. So I'm just thankful that you guys decided to do business here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you all for just bringing something different to Anniston. I mean, we go places all the time. I go to Birmingham and Atlanta to enjoy places like that. Now we have something we can call our own. Thank you guys for trusting and believing in the city, and we promise to do well.
Thank you so much.
God rewards servants' hearts. You both have them. You both shown that through the years. We appreciate you both, not just for what you're doing with this, but what you've done for our community for the long haul. Thank you.
Does anyone else wish to be heard?
Could you describe your business for the moment?
Yes. The Lush Garden is a small cozy. We actually purchased the property. It's a vintage, old vintage house on 209 East 7th Street, across the street from Long John Silver, behind Merrill Lynch. It used to be the second act, an old consignment shop, and it has so many memories for people in our community. And so we kept some of the things the same as it was when it was the consignment shop, but we renovated the inside to be like a cozy lounge. And so it is what we consider not upscale so that it's intimidating, but an upscale version of a lounge where we will have a variety of wine selection, a couple of cocktails and a little bit of beer, but our main focus is on diversity and community connection and people really connecting in our space while they enjoy a nice glass of wine. And we also will have live music and small plates, not a huge variety of food like a restaurant, but something that you can enjoy while you drink your wine or your beverage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard? Hearing none, I will now close that public hearing and thank y'all very much. Mr. Spokesman, do we have any unfinished business?
No, sir.
With that, then I will move that we adopt the consent agenda with the removal of section C. Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, our only resolution tonight is one that was discussed in a work session. We just had a public hearing on it. And it is one authorizing an amendment to the development agreement between the city and Blackwater. And this is, again, this is that property that everyone would refer to at this point, I guess, is the Ollie property. And this simply extends that development agreement for an additional 2 years. With that, I will move for passage and adoption. Is there a second? Second. Council discussion. Hearing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, that resolution passes. Folks, any other additional matters may come before the council?
No, sir.
Okay, at this point then, we do have 2 speakers scheduled for public comments. I would say initially, in accordance with our rules, if you would limit your comments to 3 minutes. The first on the agenda tonight is Jim Pritchett. Ms. Pritchett, if you would please come forward. And again, for our record, state your name and address. I know you spoke to us at our last meeting, and we spoke after the meeting. You provided me with some information as far as companies that have been affected by the Tony Warrens. I just got that tonight. So, yes, if you would, just please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Yes,
The
sir.
reason I'm here, Mr. I just wondered if the council has had time to look at the ordinance and reconsider it.
We will, Mr. Pritchett. We have not before this meeting, frankly, but I believe that we will at a meeting in April or May. But certainly that's something that we'll look at again pretty quickly. We'll take a deep dive. Yes, sir. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, next is Mr. Lance Dyer. And if you, again, sir, if you would, please state your name and address for our record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Yes, sir. Lance Dyer, 207 Shipley Road. Lived in Anniston for the past 7 years. I'm originally native of Georgia. I'm the subject of a documentary. 10 years ago, 5 days, I was 14 or so, to synthetic drugs. We have been fighting that industry for 10 years. Not only in Georgia, but here in Alabama as well. I testified in my company on several different occasions. And during the course of this documentary, I was going to speak to the City Council anyway. I'll cover that first. We have partnered with several groups over the years, one of them being the Foundation for a Drug-Free World. That's the bags that you have on your table. We stand ready, willing, and able to provide every man, woman, and child in the city of Anniston not only what you have in your hands, but a DVD made by young people that have been affected by drugs. Also, we stand ready, willing, and able to provide this. It's a booklet set. It covers all the major hitting drugs, plus alcohol and prescription drugs and opioids. It's of grave concern to me about the addiction level and drug use in this town. I've spoken to drug courts, I've spoken to rehab centers, and one undeniable fact is we're losing. We're losing the war every day. If we don't get out there and fight it, we're going to lose this nation's most precious natural resource, and that's our young people. In the course of this documentary that Drug-Free World is doing about me, we granted access to our vape shops and CBD oil shops. In this bag right here are synthetic cannabinoids, synthetic cathinones, and synthetic opioids, spice, K2, kratom, Ciara, being sold openly on the counter or under the counter in 3 of the 4 stores that we went into here in this town. I'll get with the police chief on that. Not only do we have the merchandise, we also have it on tape. Last year, the legislature banned, made the Schedule 1 methamphetamine, which was in the Zaza and Tiana. They're openly being sold on the counter shelves again. These stores are strategically located in our minority, high crime, high drug areas. They're hunting a baiting field. Most of these people put these products, especially in the convenience stores, in the same exact locations that Spice, K2, and bath salts were located. Our police chief and county does a great job of trying to address these issues. We've got to do better. I would request that the City Council review these business licenses, form a citizen advisory committee that goes around and checks these stores, looks at what they're selling. I'd also ask that they be required to perform lab testing on everything they sell in there. This is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry in the United States.
We appreciate your comments. 3 minutes has expired. We appreciate getting with the police chief when you do. We'll certainly look at the zone. Yes, sir.
We provide Narcan
Okay.
to the police department as much as they need.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. We appreciate that very much. Okay, let's move on then to well, I've gotten to know Mr. Chief here for the historical. We made an appointment to the historical commission in our consent agenda. City Manager nominee Kevin Cheewood. I didn't know if he was here tonight. Okay. With that, then we'll move on to council comments. Ms. Harris, we'll start with you.
I want to say that this is a very exciting time for our city. It's a scary time in the world, as we all know, but it's a great time for our city. And there's more to come, but tonight you're going to be very happy with what you're going to hear about, that we discussed in the work session. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. I also want to tell the gentleman who has a concern about drugs that he's right. As a former teacher, and many years ago, so many grandparents were raising their grandchildren. And we are losing this battle, and we have got to do something about it. I appreciate the fact that he came and shared this information with us. Thank you so much.
I too share the same sentiments as Councilmember Harris to Mr. Dyer. I have family members who are recovering addicts, and a lot of their drug abuse started when they were very, very young. And so I understand the importance in getting as much off the street as we can. And if there's anything that the council can do as far as the suggestions that you made, I am 100% willing to pursue some of those options, because I understand the effect that it puts on people that love them and the children that they create. And so I'm extremely sorry for your loss, and know that I'm in this fight with you 100%. And I do want to add that we have so many amazing, and I know it's kind of been like a broken record because we've been saying that so much in this seat, but we really do have some amazing things going on in this city. And we're going to talk about it today at the press conference, and we're even going to plan on a town hall where we can really show these things to the community and the citizens that we serve, so you know that we're utilizing the monies that we have in the right way to make great impacts in every single area of this city. And as we continue to go, we'll listen to what you think, what you guys have to say, the suggestions that you make, because those things are important. So I truly hope that after this press conference, if you guys have any questions, bring it to us, but also remember we will be having that town hall. And I want to thank you all for coming to this council meeting. It's good to see so many people here. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say good evening to everyone, and for those of you who've heard my comments over the last year, right now, just know I'm overjoyed. I'm overjoyed that the room is overflowed, but we're overflowed with concerned citizens, business leaders, and parents, grandparents. People were just concerned about the plight of our city. So a lot of times as we sit here, we've talked about a lot of the positive things that are going on. And we are happy to be moving in a positive direction. But then we'll have someone like Mr. Dyer come up and he basically just put it in our face. And this is not a colored problem. This is a problem that affects each and every citizen at some point in time. So I do no work with Anniston Funeral Services, and one particular day we had to pick up 3 bodies. And the first body I had to pick up was a young man who I forgot how many different types of drugs they said that was in him. The same thing happened with the last body. And when you start to pick up people that you know, or people you know start to die, it gives us a different perspective. We're willing to do whatever we can within reason to help, at least I am, because I understand. I have a family member that's still out there that I go look for probably 2 or 3 times a week. Just need to see his face to make sure he's okay. But at the same time, we have to move on, right? So thank you for bringing that to our attention. We understand there's a lot going on. Gas prices are rising. We have a war going on. So you never know, you may be the only smiling face or the only peace of mind somebody sees that day. So let's try to get along, not just to get along, but because we're all created by God. God loves us. I love you all. And let's just try to make each day the best day we've ever lived. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm too excited about all of the things that are going on in Anniston, the progress that we've been made, but I'm more excited about this room and the concerned citizens that I see out here. Whether it's Mr. Jackson that's been coming to these meetings for as long as I've been sitting up here, thank you for your interest in our community and your efforts to make it a better place. Patty Tiller and Raymond Urban over there that are regulars here as well, coming in. And Mr. Dyer, thank you for offering a sobering light to us all on the difficulties that still exist in our world. While we all get excited about all the good and positive things that are going on, it is important for us to recognize that there are other things. Mr. Pritchett, the Strouds, thank y'all for coming in, and for all that you've done, and for all the rest of you that I didn't mention by name, thank you for coming in here and taking time to make our city the greatest city in this state of Alabama. And we are proud to be your leaders. We are proud to serve you as citizens, and we are proud to hear from you. It's not always what we want to hear, but it is what we need to hear, and we are thankful for you all. So have a great evening.
Yeah, again, I just want to thank everyone once again for coming out here in person, those watching online. As you know, we've all said multiple times that we really are all in this together, and it takes a community to deal with the issues that we're addressing now. So thank you all for coming. To the Strouds, congratulations on this new business. A lot of new businesses are coming to Anniston now, and we're excited about that, and we anticipate that trend will continue. But thank you. Mr. Pritchett and folks affected by the towing ordinance, I do commit that we'll look at this again. You know, recognize that legislating can and should be a process, quite frankly. Because sometimes you need to see how an ordinance or a resolution may, what impact it may have. And so, I recognize that that's something that we need to continue to be mindful of for these resolutions and ordinances that we pass. Mr. Dyer, I'm so sorry for your son. I'll tell you, solely by the grace of God, I'm in recovery myself. And so it has impacted me horribly, my family horribly, and this is a scourge, and it truly is. And I recognize that this is something that we've got to deal with. It's tough to get your arms around it. There's no question about that from a policy perspective. But it is quite literally killing us. It is killing our community, and we've got to figure something out. We really do. Like other folks have said about what we're going to talk about in this press conference, folks, we've got some capital improvement projects we talked about in the work session that we'll continue to be working on. This group is working so well together, but we're also so thankful that we've got a great city staff led by Mr. Folks, our city manager. Your government is working for you. We're working very closely together, and we will continue to do so. And frankly, these capital improvement projects we're going to talk about, some other issues that we're talking about, they're all as a result of partnerships. I mean, they really are. I mean, within our own building and also without. We're working with nonprofit agencies, working with the faith-based community. We're obviously working with private entities as well. And so I just want you to stay tuned, stay engaged. We all want to make Anniston the very best that it can be, and I believe that we're on the path to doing so. So y'all just stick with us. With that, I will move that we stand in adjournment. Is there a second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.